"I'm currently in a wonderful relationship," Kris Jenner shares, stating that her boyfriend Corey Gamble believes age is merely a number. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Kris Jenner recently opened up about her relationship with Corey Gamble during an episode of The Kardashians, giving viewers a deeper look into how things have been going between them. Even though there's a noticeable age difference between the two of them, their connection has remained strong over the years. They have been together since 2014, and despite many people having opinions about the age gap, the love they share has stood the test of time. During their time together, they've built a bond that continues to grow, showing that love can flourish in the most unexpected ways. Kris spoke openly about how she and Corey first met in Paris. "It was a special place for them, and every time they return, Corey goes out of his way to make sure it's memorable." While in Paris recently, they went on a romantic date during Fashion Week, and Kris shared how thoughtful Corey is when it comes to keeping their connection alive. She explained that Paris holds a lot of meaning for them because it's where their love story began. That's why Corey makes sure they always do something meaningful when they visit the city. Kris admitted that when they first started dating, she often questioned why Corey was interested in someone older than him. She found it hard to understand at first and would bring it up regularly. But over time, Corey helped her see things differently. He showed her that love doesn't follow a strict set of rules and that age isn't as important as people make it seem. For him, it's the heart that matters, not the number. That really changed how Kris looked at their relationship. She even joked that while age might be a big number, it's still just a number. Kris also shared something really personal. She said she's in a really great relationship at the moment. That's not something she takes lightly. She spoke from a place of deep emotion and said that Corey feels like someone she could spend the rest of her life with. He makes her happy, he supports her, and he gives her a sense of peace. She explained that she's already had the big wedding experience and gone through all the traditional stages of life with her previous partners. She's had children, built a career, and created a large, successful family. So, at this point in her life, she doesn't feel the need to walk down the aisle in a long white dress again. That chapter of her life has already been written, and it brought her many beautiful things. Now, she's simply grateful for where she is and the love she has with Corey. Kris has 6 children. She had her first 4 children, Kourtney, Kim, Khloe, and Rob, with her late ex-husband Robert Kardashian. Later, she had 2 more daughters, Kendall and Kylie, with Caitlyn Jenner, who was known as Bruce Jenner at the time. Over the years, her family has continued to grow, and she's now a proud grandmother of 13 grandchildren. Being surrounded by such a large family is something that brings her joy every single day. It's part of what keeps her going and gives her so much purpose in life. However, things weren't always smooth when it came to Corey becoming part of the Kardashian-Jenner family. When he first came into Kris's life, there was a bit of tension and hesitation from her children. It wasn't easy for them to fully accept him at the beginning. On an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians back in 2019, there was a moment where Kourtney expressed her concerns about Corey. She felt uncomfortable about something he said when they were having a conversation about how to handle kids. During that conversation, Corey mentioned something about how he would react if a child misbehaved or scratched him. His words didn't sit well with Kourtney, and she made it very clear that she didn't like what he said. She felt strongly about protecting her children and said that Corey would never be around her kids alone. It was a serious moment, and Kourtney didn't hold back on how she felt. She warned that there would be a big problem if anything like that ever happened around her or her kids. Even Kim Kardashian had her own concerns in the early days of Kris and Corey's relationship. She admitted that she was worried about how fast things were moving. She wasn't sure if her mother was rushing into something too quickly. These concerns were not meant to hurt Kris or question her judgment, but rather came from a place of care and love. Kim, like the rest of her siblings, just wanted to make sure their mother was safe and happy. They had seen her go through a lot over the years, and naturally, they were protective of her. Despite the early doubts and disagreements, Corey didn't give up. He stayed around, remained respectful, and continued to show Kris and her family that his intentions were real. Over time, the family began to warm up to him more. He proved that he genuinely cared about Kris and wasn't just around for the fame or attention. His actions spoke louder than his words, and slowly, trust began to grow. Kris herself saw something in Corey that gave her peace. It's not just about how he treats her in public, but also about the support he gives her behind closed doors. According to Kris, Corey brings calmness into her life. He doesn't create drama or try to control her. He simply stands by her side and helps her stay grounded. She mentioned that being with someone like that, someone who isn't competing with her but is instead cheering her on, is something she values deeply. She also admitted that their relationship works because there's mutual respect and understanding between them. Corey doesn't try to change her or push her into things she doesn't want. He gives her space when she needs it and is always there to lift her spirits. Kris feels like she's found someone who understands her in a way that's rare. That kind of connection is hard to come by, especially when someone has already lived a full life filled with ups and downs. Over the years, people have often wondered if Kris and Corey would ever get married. But Kris has made it clear that marriage is not something she's focused on at the moment. She believes in love and partnership, but she doesn't feel the need to make it official with papers or ceremonies. She's had that experience already and feels no pressure to repeat it. What matters most to her now is the love and peace she shares with Corey. She's happy where she is, and she doesn't need a wedding to prove it. She's also talked about how this stage of her life is one of gratitude. With a big family, a fulfilling career, and a partner who loves and respects her, she feels incredibly lucky. She wakes up each day thankful for the people in her life and the love she receives. It's this mindset that keeps her going and helps her remain strong in the public eye. Kris has also been praised by fans and viewers for being open about her personal life on the show. She doesn't shy away from talking about things that matter to her. Whether it's about her family, her love life, or her career, she shares her truth honestly. This kind of openness is one of the reasons why so many people feel connected to her. She shows that even with all the fame and luxury, she still faces challenges just like everyone else. She's human, and her story reminds others that it's okay to love again, even if it doesn't look like the traditional version people expect. In her journey with Corey, Kris has found a partner who accepts her completely. Their relationship has grown stronger with time, and she now looks forward to each day with him by her side. They continue to support each other and enjoy life together without the pressure of labels or expectations. Kris shows that happiness comes in many forms, and sometimes, it comes when you least expect it. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.